For this problem here, we're going to be finding extrema on closed intervals. What that means is that for a given function, you're going to want to find the greatest and or the least y value. So it's the y values that we're concerned about, but it'll be for given range of x values. So for this problem, what we're going to do is find the greatest and least y value of this function on this interval. And these are x values. In order to do that, just as this suggests, we're first going to graph it on a calculator. So we'll go to the calculator function. And when we go to y equals, we'll type in 0.5 x cubed minus 2x squared plus 3. When I first graph it, usually I just go to zoom 6 just to see where I'm at, the standard 10 by 10 window. And I get this picture. But as I was asked for only between 1 and 4, what I'm going to do next is go to Window, and I'm going to change my x min to 1, my x max to 4, since that's the interval on which I am curious about for my y values. So now we'll go and graph again. And we see the y values along with x values from 1 to 4. We need to remember that this is 1 and this is 4. That makes this 2 and this 3 because we have a scale of 1 on the calculator. So now where are my greatest and least y values? Well, if I start over here at 1, I have a certain y value. It's kind of high. And then it goes down, 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 lower, 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 lower. And in here, these are not all the same value. It's just that the calculator is rounding to the same number and turning on or off the same light bulb. So we don't really know exactly what's happening, but we know it kind of probably dips and goes back up here to there. So where's the greatest y value? Well, it's pretty clear that the greatest y value is over here. And the least in here somewhere between 2 and 3. So since I'm very certain that the greatest y value is at 4, I'm going to follow the advice of our sheet right here that says, if the extrema value is at an endpoint, use calc 1 value. So we'll go back to our calculator, and we will use a calc value, which is second. Calc value is already lit up, so we'll click that. And now it's just asking, well, you want the y value where? Well, we want the y value at 4. So we just type in 4 and press enter, and we get a y value of 3. So let's go back to our sheet and put in the answer. We have the answer is the maximum value, the highest my function went was 3. And that was at 4, x equals 4. So again, very important to remember when you ask for the max value that that's a y value. Because say it was costs, and you wanted to find when your costs were at the greatest cost you would incur. Or maybe it's your profits. What's the greatest profit you're going to get? It's the y value, the output value that you're trying to maximize. And so that goes there. And then this just says, well, where do I go to find it? All right, over here, if you want to include a sketch on your homework, you can just go from 1 to 4, and you can put in something that looks like this. Oops, I want to make it pretty obvious that it's bigger over on 4. Okay, but that's a general sketch. This gives you the idea of what's happening with the graph. That doesn't have to be perfect. We go back over to the calculator now to find the min. Now for the min value, it's again in here, as we said before, but we don't know where. So we can't use calc value because calc value asks you for an x value, and we don't know which x value. We know it's 2 point something. We know it's between 2 and 3, maybe around 2.5, probably a little bigger than 2.5, not really sure. Let's let the calculator figure this out. In this class, you're going to figure out how to use calculus to find this value. But for right now, we're just going to find it on the calculator. It has a feature that'll do it for us. I'm going to go there. We are going to follow the rules here for if the extreme value is at a hump or a dip, use calc either max or min. And then I give a little memory thing here to say it's going to ask for a left bound, right bound, and a guess. And so I just always remember it's calc, max, right, left, right, and guess. So we'll go back over to the calculator and we'll say, okay, I want you to find this value right here. So second, calc. And it's a minimum, not a maximum. So we want to have it do number 3. And now you see it asks for a left bound right here. So our left bound, we're going to say is 2, and we'll say our right bound is 3. We're going to tell the calculator, look in between these two numbers. So left bound is 2. Right bound is 3. And now it'll ask for a guess. And for the guess, you don't have to guess accurately. Just make sure it's a number between 2 and 3. As long as there are not other dips and stuff inside, you'll be fine. It just needs a feeder number for an algorithm. So we'll put in 2.5. It thinks a little, and out comes the answer. So here is the min value. It's a y value. Okay? This is the x. This is where it occurs. All right? So we go over 2.67 about, and we'll go down about negative 0.74, and that is the lowest this point will go on the graph. So we go back over and answer the question. The min value is negative 1.74, and it occurs at x equals 2.67. And then we're done. We have the max value and the min value of our function on the given interval.